flashing on your screen. You can also reach out to us on WhatsApp, both the numbers of which are available on your screens at the moment. Joining me today is Mahesh M. Ojha, who will be answering all your fundamental queries, and Vikas Jain will be answering all your technical questions. So again, pick up that call, pick up that phone and call us straight away. Let's take up our first query, gentlemen. Vijay Mahajan hails from New Delhi, and he has told us that he purchased 20 shares of Trent at 5,200 rupees a piece, and he's asking if this is the right time to average them or should he exit at these levels, and can he hold on to these shares for the next 12 months. Mahesh, I'd like to get your view on Trent, because Trent has not been performing that well. In fact, it was one of the top one among the top three losers in the Nifty 50 basket today, especially on a good day where over 40 stocks advanced and just about 9 or 10 declined on trade. And plus, also your view on the FMCG space, because there is demand pressure over there and lot many counters not showing an impressive volume growth. So let's talk about Trent. Should our viewer hold on to his shares or should he sell them? And then if you could also mention a little bit about FMCG.
I think he can hold further. We can see some more upside if his horizon is more than 1 year or 1 year. I think in 1 year horizon, we can see 6,400, 6,500 level. If you're looking on trend, there is some slowdown in numbers. So therefore, we have seen some supply concern on trend. But optimistically, if you see from the current data, from month-on-month data and other data, we are hope for some good result from FMCG as well as trend. So I think he can hold further. If anyone want to buy further, they can add in lower level. If any dip side, they are getting near 4,800, 4,900 zone, they can add further and keep stop loss near 4,200. And I think if your horizon 12 months, we can see up to above 6,500 level also, because now all the market is settling down and we are seeing some stock by stock upside. From today's concern, there was some slightly downside on FMCG space as well as some counter, but yes, we are optimistic for upside.
Okay, got it. And Vikas, what is your outlook on Trent for the next 12 months? And if you suggest our viewer to buy at the current price, where do you think his stop loss should be, because he's currently sitting on a loss?
Well, if you look at the stock, what his purchase is at 5,200 and currently it's 5,050, so it's hardly 3% away from its purchase price. So nothing materialistically is in the loss. We believe the stock would continue to do well over the next 10 to 12 months because the stock has one of the strongest outperformers of calendar year 2024. Since then, it has witnessed some amount of corrective action from the highs of around 8,500 to sub 5,000 odd levels. But we believe the stock could has the potential to move higher, so he can continue to remain invested in what he is invested to. And if he wants, he can add some average at the lower part of the range. And if he wants to keep a stop loss, he can keep a stop of around 46.50 from current levels, which is the recent low.
Understood. Got it. Got it. And let's take up another query. John has written to us from Puducherry, and I'd appreciate some patience here because he's explained his query in a very detailed fashion. He's written to us saying that experts at, when he was watching one of our shows, he was recommended to buy CDSL at 1,050. And, but he had been waiting to buy these shares around 950 rupees, so below what was suggested to him. And now it is currently trading around 1235. He's asking if he can still buy. Does he still have that opportunity to buy at the moment? And if yes, can he hold on to this share for the next couple of years, say 1 or 2 years? Vikas, I'd like to get your specific view on CDSL. Do you think our viewer has lost the opportunity to buy CDSL at the most attractive price, or there is still more legroom to go and take advantage of?
So no doubt about it, there is still more legroom to go up. But if he has lost the opportunity, then again waits for some amount of corrective action, because if you look at the stock has moved up from these recent lows of 1,050 to 1,230, 1,250 odd. And if he's feeling the pinch, the FOMO of fear of missing out, what he can do is he can buy in two parts. He can buy 50% at current levels and maybe 50% near to 1150, 1180 odd, which is a good weekly point and daily averages. On the higher side, we believe they start to test 1450 to 1500 levels over the next 3 to 5 months. So we remain positive on the stock.
Okay, amazing. And let's take up another query. Shrikant has written to us from Bengaluru. He has a question with regards to Tejas Networks. He's asking if this is the right price to buy Tejas Networks and especially hold it for, say, 3 to 5 years. Mahesh, what's your view on Tejas Networks? It has gained close to 25% in the last 5 days itself. Tell us a little bit more about the company. Why is it seeing the kind of uptick that it has seen just in the last 5 days? And would it be a good idea to hold on to these shares for the next 3 to 5 years?
I think he can hold further because the stock has beaten down from higher level without any specific reason. So that was especially supply concern was there in Tejas Network, but we can see some more valuation point in Tejas Network. I'm optimistic some more upside up to 1,200 or level in Tejas Network from 1 year horizon. And above that, we can review further for the Tejas Network. So I think stock has a much more potential for upside. Currently, we have seen some lower, but after that, but we have seen some upward momentum in the stock. So I think some more up move likely in the stocks.
Okay, got it. And because since Shrikant especially wanted to know if this is the right juncture, although this looks like an attractive stock, but would you recommend him to wait a little longer, or is it going to only see an uptick henceforth? So should he buy at the moment itself?
You can buy at the current price also, because if you look at the day before, it has one of the strongest volumes of more than 1 crore shares being traded, and it has witnessed a strong amount of up move. So we believe this stock is one of the high beta nature, and with the way the markets in the mid caps and small caps are recovering, we believe this stock could move further. So it can move higher near to 950, 960, which is the higher band of trade and average. So we can buy at current levels.
Understood, got it. And sorry, and now we have another caller. Shrikant is calling from Hyderabad. Hi, Shrikant. Good evening.
Hi, madam. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing? And please tell us your question.
Madam, I'm mid cap and the small cap law automobile four-wheeler stock recommendations, madam. Long term is a 4, 5, 10 years. 10 years minimum, 10 years, madam.
Okay.
Fundamentally, it's a good stock.
Okay, understood.
Mid cap law.
Okay, mid cap
And
or small
small cap.
cap. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, understood.
Two stocks, madam.
Understood, understood, Shrikant. So, just to reiterate Shrikant's question, he is wanting a suggestion on which mid cap or small cap stocks from the auto space should he buy and invest in for the next 10 years. So, he has a very long term horizon with regards to the auto space. Mahesh, let's take your view on first the auto space, because it has, although India does not have a massive exposure to the US when it comes to our auto components, but we do see some kind of effect coming in, even if it is less. Tell us if if it is the right time to invest in auto components or auto stocks per se, and which ones would you recommend the most?
I think he can invest if anyone like to invest in auto sector. Mahindra and Mahindra Tata Motors are good pick from current juncture. And from the if you're looking from valuation point that these two both stocks are looking favorable from my concern. And if you're looking on Tata Motors, P is very reasonable. And on Mahindra and Mahindra, if you are looking in the last few quarter results, there are few quarters and few year results. That is also fantastic. So from current view, Mahindra and Mahindra and Tata Motors from large cap space. And if you are looking for a mid cap and a small cap space, then we can see some auto component like Counter, Ask Auto, Minda Corp, Gabriel as well. So these type of counter we can accumulate from longer term horizon, because in auto space, if you are looking for auto component counter, that is more beneficial if you even see in auto space growth. So I think that kind of counter can be added for the longer term horizon.
Got it. And Vikas, what would your top picks be in the auto space at the moment, and which ones would you recommend our viewer to buy?
So I would stick to Tata Motors, because if you look at the stock has announced a demerger plan which is stated in October 2025. The stock has witnessed a strong amount of corrective action and now is recouping from the lower part of the range. Plus, the demerger value would add some amount of value to the commercial vehicle part of the business and some amount of the electric part and the passenger vehicles. So Tata Motors should be a preferred play to play it in terms of the automotive part.
Got it. And any small and mid-cap auto stock that you would like to recommend?
So the small and the mid-cap stocks, if you look at, then as Auto, I would agree what it has come into in the auto ancillary play, which is a recent IPO. The company has done pretty well since listing and it has shown some amount of traction. So that would be preferred pick.
Got it. And let's talk to Vinod. He's waiting on the phone line from Kerala. Hi, Vinod. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Please ask your question, Vinod.
Yeah, so I hold somewhere around 5,300 shares of Varun Beverages.
Okay.
My entry price is around 360 range, 340 range.
Okay.
So I have a timeline of 3 years to 4 years of horizon. So shall I hold and that is my first question. Second thing, is it good time to add some more?
Understood. So I'm just going to confirm the number of units you have of Varun Beverages currently. Did you say 5,300 or 5,000 shares?
5,600.
5,600 shares of Varun Beverages at 340 rupees a piece?
Correct.
Okay, got it. And you want to know an outlook for the next, say, 3 to 5 years, right?
Correct.
Okay, amazing. And I see that you're sitting on a profit of over 10 lakh rupees. So congratulations, Vinod. You've bought them at a very attractive price. Let's know from our experts if you should add more units of this stock to your portfolio at the moment or book some of your profits. Mahesh, Varun Beverages, our viewer has made a massive profit from his investment. He currently holds around 5,600 shares at 340 rupees a piece. The stock is trading around 530 levels, has seen cuts of close to 18% YTD year to date. Although this stock has seen cuts, but now that we are expecting a hot summer, do you think Varun Beverages, like stocks and companies, could benefit from that and see a further uptake, or should Vinod book partial profits?
No, I think he can hold further because he's a value buy investor and he is holding from lower level. So if a stock is a good and his horizon is more than 1 year, 2 year, then we are seeing the stock can do well in the upcoming time also. So I'm optimistic for upside in this stock. We have earlier also talked in our so that is from my view. If your horizon is more than 1 year, then he can hold further. I think 700 plus level could become in 1 year horizon. Companies doing very well, and some more upside could become after that would also. So we can review after 1 year. But yes, he can hold further. If anyone want to add in lower level, then 510 or 480 zone could be a good zone. But I think yes, if anyone looking and if they want to add further from a longer term horizon, they can also add in these levels.
Okay. And let's now go across to Srinivas. He's calling us from Chennai. Hi, Srinivas. Hello.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. What's your question, Srinivas?
Yeah, I would like to buy Kaynes Technology, madam. I have seen from 4,000 to now it is around 5,000 rupees.
Right.
Is it time to buy that? And one more, madam. And can I buy the Dr. Agarwal Healthcare? These two, is time for now to buy?
Okay. First, let's address Kaynes Technologies because that's your first question. Vikas, do you think Kaynes Technology is profitable enough? I mean, would it be a profitable investment if one had to buy units of this company at the moment? Because it has lost weight of close to 10% in the last 6 months. Do you think it is a discounted price at which it is trading? And because Srinivas has a very short-term view on this one, he wants to probably hold on to Kaynes Technologies for just 3 months.
So if you look at if the view is for just 3 months, I think he should wait for some amount of, because if you look at the EMS space had a sharp correction into the month of January and February. And the recovery which Change has reported is not so solid as compared to what the broader markets have witnessed through. Now it is admitting the resistance near the 200-day average trailing in through. So some minor retracement and a corrective action near to 4850, 4900 levels would be a good entry point. So if the stock corrects to 4850, 4900 odd, it would enter into at that name. And we believe then that would be the risk reward ratio would be more favorable.
Okay, got it. And let's quickly go to Kamath. He's waiting for us from Bengaluru. Hi, Kamath. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening. Please ask your question.
Madam, I have 1,000 of Sequent Scientific at the rate of 165.
Okay.
So I just wanted to have a short-term view on that, madam.
And since when do you hold on to these shares?
I think about 3 months back, madam.
Okay, 3 months back. And did
Sometime in the end of January or something, I bought it, madam.
Okay, and did somebody recommend this to you, Kamath?
No, I was no. I only did the research and bought it, madam.
Okay.
They are the leaders in the animal health care.
Okay. Amazing. Okay, take it. Let's.
And maybe it may be a turnaround story. That is what I thought, and I bought it.
Right. Okay. Let's take our experts' view on this one. Mahesh, what is your view on Sequent Scientific? As Kamath already mentioned that it is one of the leading players of animal health companies in India, but it has been sort of declining on the stock exchanges since the time Kamath bought these shares. Do you think it will be able to, reverse the way it is currently trading anytime soon, or will Kamath have to wait more?
I think he's saying correctly that it's a good story, but I think these type of story stocks could be held for a longer term, more than 2 year, more than 3 year. Horizon could be keep long in these type of stock. I agree that stock is good, and we can see some more potential for a stock. If your holding is more than 1 year, 2 year, then we can see up to 300 level also. But currently, stock is you need to review it on technical basis. I think he can keep stop loss near 128. We can see here 165, 185 odd level in 3 to 6 months. So from current view, he can hold further. But if you are holding from a good story, then your view should be more than 1 year, 2 year horizon. That can be good potential outcome for the NA stocks.
Okay, got it. And Vikas, what is your view on Sequent Scientific looking like? Because, here a technical analysis does become very important, as Kamath wants a short-term view on this one. And do you have any projections as to when it could see a reversal in the way it's currently trading?
So it is showing some amount of reversal, because if you look at the stock witnessed a vertical fall from the highs of around 300 odd levels, and now it has witnessed some amount of strong support area near to its 100-week average. And if you look at the overall pharma sector, the sector has gained more than 6-7% with strong amount of move coming in the large caps the past 2 weeks. So some amount of mid-cap recovery could be expected into the pharma space. So Sequent Scientific looks pretty promising. We believe the first potential resistance area would be near to its purchase price of 165, 170, which should be covered over the next 5 to 6 weeks.
Okay, got it. And let's go across to Ram. He's calling us from Chennai. Hi, Ram. Good evening.
Yeah, hi. Good evening.
Please ask away your question.
So I'm holding NTPC,
Okay.
122 shares at average price of 367.75.
Okay.
So I bought at the time it is in peak. Now it is on my buying price. So will it right time to add few more? So I want to know the short-term perspective of this share. So what will be the target price? When can I exit?
Okay.
So like 6 months. Yeah, that will be my.
Okay. And for how long have you been holding on to these shares, Ram?
So I bought it like 1 month before.
Okay.
So yeah.
Got it. And what's your time horizon like? Like you're looking for a 6-month view?
Yeah, 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6
so I'm looking for short term.
Okay.
So I can to add few more. I'm having like 50,000 budget to add it. Just want to understand whether it will perform or not.
Got it. Understood. Vikas, what's your view on NTPC? Ram holds 122 shares of NTPC at 367.75. And it has seen a gradual uptick in the past 2-3 days. Plus, Macquarie came up with a positive note on NTPC this morning. It maintained an outperform, and it actually believes in the power demand of our country at the moment. So, do you think NTPC from that point of view could be a good bet, and to what extent do you see the price jump say in the next 3 to 6 months?
So we remain structurally positive on this space, and NTPC remains a preferred bet. The stock has witnessed good amount of strong breakout from its 100-day average and now attempting to test the 200-day average. So some minor pullback or reaction could come in by 3 to 4%, but we believe the stock could move higher further. So we can continue to remain invested for a target of around 410, 415 over the next 3 to 6 months. And potentially, if it sustains above this level and the broader market, then the stock could move further near to 465. So remain invested.
Okay, got it. So remain invested. And now we have Zenith. He's calling us from Bengaluru. Hi, Zenith. Good evening.
Everybody, really appreciate all of your effort.
Thank you so much.
I'm holding a skipper share, 300 quantity at the price of 474, and I took a trading bet on it. I've been holding it for some time and like to know, shall I lighten my position at the earliest possibilities, or how's the technical chart looks like at the shortest possible time?
Understood. Got it. Vikas, Zenith was quite clear with his question. He wants a technical point of view on Skipper. Currently, he holds 300 shares at 474 rupees a piece. The stock is now trading around 466 and has seen a significant fall since December of 2024. Tell us your short-term view on Skipper.
So there is a minor pullback or a resistance area near to 485, 490. So over there, it would take an exit into the stock because that would be seen a strong resistance area from the whole fall as summit. And the stock has witnessed some good recovery over the past few days. So we can continue to hold for a target of around 485 to 495 as mentioned. And if he wants to keep a trailing stop, he can keep a trailing stop of at around 440, which is the 50-day average.
Okay, got it. And now we have Subbarao. He's calling us from Hyderabad. Hi, Subbarao.
Hi, madam.
Please ask your question, Subbarao.
Madam, I have purchased 500 shares of Mawana Sugars
Okay.
in the month of January at the rate of 98 rupees.
Okay.
My question is, my views for 1 year.
Okay.
So I want to know about this share, madam. Can I hold it or can I average it at this level?
Understood. Got it. Mahesh, I'd like to know your view on Mawana Sugars because the stock hasn't seen a pretty impressive performance since the past couple of months. In fact, since August 2024, it has been on a gradual decline. And I must say that this particular company has been asked about not a lot. So give us your holistic perspective on this one to understand the company better. And do you think, what is your view in terms of valuations of this company?
I think he can hold further if in near term we can see up to 105, 110 zone at least. After that, where if your horizon is more than 6 to 9 months, we can see up to 125, 130 level. Sugar stocks are basically related to commodity cycles stocks. So basically related to export and all the things. So these type of stocks can be a cyclical move. So I think from current cycle move, we can see some more upside on it. He can hold further from at least 110 we can see in the stocks.
Okay, got it. And viewers, we'll have to slip into a short break, but do keep sending in your queries on the numbers flashing on your screen. You can also write to us, but we will be waiting for your call, and do stay tuned to NDTV Profit for more news and updates.
Small and mid cap, particularly in last 4 years, because of retail flows, have become very exciting space. 35 to 38% of all the mutual fund flows goes into small and mid caps. It is almost 1/3 of the market.
It is all about ideas, where clients or investors can make money. Catch all the action on NDTV Profit. There has been some slowdown in corporate earnings and prices have corrected, valuations have corrected. So this conference will provide a very good backdrop for investors to understand where the value has remained intact but price has changed. So therefore they can accordingly tailor their portfolios. Catch all the action only on NDTV Profit.
Catch the action on NDTV Profit.
He sold most of his stock, 80%, as on that date.
We have requested the management to come and speak to us. They asked us, what questions will you ask? We've sent it to them. They don't want to answer it, so then let's put it to our viewers as well.
7 key questions, right? How is it that 2,000 crore goes unnoticed by all of these auditors?
Is seeking more information on the trades and the all the transaction which has happened from the exchanges, both NSE and BSE.
The Reserve Bank of India's supervisory officers, they are seeking compliance reports on their foreign currency borrowings by these banks.
The DSS is actively engaging with the Reserve Bank of India to sort of ensure the thorough examination of the matter. And
IndusInd Bank, as part of its internal review, had found that certain aspects of its derivatives portfolio was not meeting the standard that was set by the Reserve Bank of India.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
Small and mid cap, particularly in last 4 years, because of retail flows, have become very exciting space. 35 to 38% of all the mutual fund flows goes into small and mid caps. It is almost 1/3 of the market.
It is all about ideas, where clients or investors can make money. Catch all the action on NDTV Profit. There has been some slowdown in corporate earnings and prices have corrected, valuations have corrected. So this conference will provide a very good backdrop for investors to understand where the value has remained intact but price has changed. So therefore they can accordingly tailor their portfolios. Catch all the action only on NDTV Profit.
Catch the action on NDTV Profit.
He sold most of his stock, 80%, as on that date.
We have requested the management to come and speak to
Welcome back to Ask Profit only on NDTV Profit, a show where you send in your queries either live on the call or on WhatsApp, and we answer them through our experts to give you the best investment advice. Joining us today is Mahesh M. Ojha, Research and Business Development at Hensick Securities, and Vikas Jain, Head of Research at Reliance Securities, will be answering all your technical questions. So do call in on the numbers flashing on your screen. Let's go across to Srinivas. He's calling us from Bengaluru. Hi, Srinivas. Good evening. Srinivas, can you hear me? Okay, no issues. I'll take up his query. Srinivas actually had written to us regarding a recommendation for hospitality sector. Now, Mahesh, I'd like to take your view on this one and expect you to give some fundamental analysis with regards to hospitality, because, there has been a large conversation around whether or not urban consumption will pick up with regard, especially relative to urban rural consumption. So, Srinivas, I think you're back on the line.
Hello.
Hi, Srinivas.
Madam, hospital sector is the long term, madam. Mid cap and small cap, madam.
Got it.
And madam, AGI Greenpack share, madam. Second sector is the long term, is the good time entry.
Can you please repeat that stock?
AGI Greenpack.
Okay. I'll.
Long term, two sectors, hospital plus the stock, AGI Greenpack stock. Long term of 5-10 years is a good time opportunity.
Okay, first let's PB FinTech, right?
AGI Greenpack, madam.
Okay.
Current price is 750 rupees.
Okay, we will try figuring out the name of the stock, but until then, let's talk about hospitality, because in an interesting space, as I was previously mentioning, there's been a large conversation about how urban consumption might pick up while rural consumption has already been, the front or the foreplayer of consumption theme in India. Mahesh, what's your view on hospitality, with disposable income rising and tourism booming, expected to boom further? In fact, do you think hospitality as a sector could take some advantage of that discretionary spending?
Definitely, the hospitality sector is less impacted from the current life cycle, but I think we can hold further if anyone want to buy in an ITC hotel, Indian hotel. These are looking attractive from these levels. From ITC, I think a 250, 260 level could be possible after the, because currently delisted, and after that, but many index fund can't hold the same. So we have seen some selling pressure. So currently we can see some more buying on these type of stocks. We are preferring Indian hotel as well, as because Indian hotel has a much more potential for upside. From current view, our target for Indian hotel is 1,000, and from ITC hotel, I think a 250, 260 zone could be a come. And I think a much more upside potential from the hospitality sector. So we are more positive side on hospitality sector as well.
Okay, so positive on hospital sector. And Vikas, I'd like to get a couple of names from you that you think would be good to invest in at the current time.
So ITC hotels remains a preferred pick in the hospitality space, because if you look at the stock has just got listed. Now it is traded to new 52-week high. So we believe the stock should continue to do well. And another stock which looks attractive from the hospital space is Royal Orchid Hotel, because the company is also adding a lot of new properties into the various parts of the India. And the stock is almost near to its 5.3 to 5% away from its 52-week high. So we believe the stock would continue to do well, and it could move higher near to 465 to 480 odd levels.
Understood. And gentlemen, the other stock that he was mentioning is AGI Greenpack. Now, this company manufactures and sells container glass bottles, but has seen a sharp downfall since December 2024. Vikas, I'd like to know your technical analysis on this one, because it hasn't seen this kind of fall in the last 1 year at least. Tell us your view on AGI Greenpack, please.
So there was some announcement with related to where the stock has witnessed a sharp correction, because the company was looking out to buy some company which was being cancelled through, and it has witnessed a strong corrective action. But since then, the stock has recovered sharply over the past one and a half month from the lows of around 620, 630. So we believe the negative news has been priced in. The stock should continue to do well. So on an immediate basis, the stock could move higher near to 855 to 880 odd levels. So it should be a good resistance area. So we remain positive.
Okay, got it. And now let's talk to Krishna. He's calling us from Bengaluru. Hi, Krishna. Good evening.
Good evening. I just would like to know the IT sector. Okay. Now currently I am having Tech Mahindra 40 shares. I purchased for 1,113.
Okay.
Okay. And I am sitting on a profit of 15,500. So whether I can hold this, because I see a lot of volatility in the last few months on IT. One day it is going up, other day it is, as a sector, everything is coming down. So
right.
What is the IT prospects?
Okay, got it. Umbrella view on IT as well as on Tech Mahindra. Let's talk about Tech Mahindra first. Mahesh, I'll take your view on this company. Krishna holds 45 shares of Tech Mahindra at 1,030 apiece, although he's made some lump sum profit for himself from this investment, but he's confused as to where the stock is heading because, while it was consolidating for quite some time, like since October 2024, but it did witness a sharp correction from 18th February onwards. And plus, of course, there has been there has been contention around IT stocks, especially due to Trump tariffs and, exposure of Indian IT companies to the US. With that regard, what would you recommend Krishna to do with regards to his stocks of Tech Mahindra, and are there any other IT counters that you're positive on?
Yeah, we have seen some more uncertainty regarding IT sector due to income in terms of rupee dollar valuation and volatility in the rupee dollar valuation, as well as we have seen Trump tariff also these are creating more uncertainty in the sector, and we have seen US data as well is not coming good. So these are main factor for IT sector downgraded, and at least we have seen some more lower consolidation in IT sector. But currently, if you are seeing Indian IT companies, these are much low impacted from these are all the. So all these are companies are valued very good, and I think if anyone want to book profit, then he can book at least 50% from in any upside. I think 1,500 level could be a good 1,500, 1,540 range could be a good upside. Any upside, then he can book further. And from if your horizon is not more than 12 months, then you should at least wait, because we can see some time correction as well in sector. Because after any clarification, we can see some upside. Till that, we can see some kept in the particular sector. But if anyone want to looking from a longer term horizon, if anyone want to invest, then we are preferring HCL Tech, we are preferring TCS as well as Infosys. These are the companies where we are optimistic from 1 to 2 year horizon. Then we can see some more decent upside after the bonds down. So I think if anyone looking for a 1 to 2 year horizon, then he can invest in IT sector, and as well as anyone want to book profit, then at least 50% profit could be booked down.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much for that view on IT. And let's go across to Praveen. He's calling us from Pune. Hi, Praveen.
Hello.
Hello. What's your question on today?
RailTel Corporation. I got a 510.
Okay, Praveen, can you be a little more clearer, please?
I got a RailTel on what's the picture about this one, and when I will be able to get back.
Okay, so I've not been able to, your voice is a little muffled, but anyway, I'll reiterate your query for our viewers, especially our experts as well. Praveen basically holds 30 shares of RailTel Corporation at 510 rupees a piece. The stock is currently trading around 328. Praveen is also sitting on a loss of close to 5,000 rupees at the moment. Vikas, I'd like to know from you, when do you see the stock price at least reaching Praveen's buying price for RailTel Corporation? Because it has dropped pretty much since July 2024 levels. And when can we see a trend reversal? Plus, it's also trading below, technically speaking, well below its 200 DMA. So give us your view.
Well, they invested at a very peak price when the whole railways and the defense basket had witnessed a strong amount of top web formation. And since then, it has been completely drawdown. But we believe the price correction has been over. As you look at the railways part and the PSU part of the segment has been doing pretty well. The defense sector has recovered sharply over the last 10 to 12 days. Even our retail has also witnessed amount of strong bounce back from the current levels. So we believe maybe its purchase price would take some amount of time, but on the higher side, we expect the stock to move higher near to 385 to 390 levels over the next 3 to 4 months perspective. What he's been looking for.
Okay, got it. And now we have Om Prakash. He's calling us from Bengaluru. Hi, Om Prakash. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hi. Tell us your question, please.
I have the Adani Port, 313 shares at 779.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to know the long-term view and a fundamental view on this.
Okay, and
secondly, the Asian Paints, I was wondering, I have around 400 shares at 2,400. I was wondering whether will it touch its high of 3,500 anytime.
Okay, Om Prakash, what's the name of the stock that you mentioned?
First is Adani Port.
Correct, and the other one is?
Asian Paints.
Okay, Asian Paints. Okay. Before I take up your query, viewers, just a request, when you're sending in your queries, please stick to one stock because we have a lot of callers waiting, and if we end up spending a lot of time on one caller, we might miss out on the others. So requesting you to keep your queries to one stock so that we can also address it properly. Moving on, so our viewer Om Prakash, he holds 313 shares of Adani Ports at 779 rupees a piece, and he's made a handsome profit out of this investment of over 1 lakh rupees. Mahesh, I'd like to know your view on Adani Ports from a long-term perspective. How far do you see these profits that Om Prakash has made doubling or tripling, or what's the journey of these profits looking like for from your analysis?
I think that port has a much more valuation and he can hold further. We can see if your horizon is more than 1 year or a 1 year, then we can see up to 1,400, 1,450 level at least minimum. And after that, what we can review from the same. I think Adani port has a much more valuation. From last few days, if you see on the stocks, we have seen technically indicators are becoming positive. So I think in shorter term also we can see some more upside on it. So we are pretty bullish on Adani port as well as other Adani stocks.
Okay, got it. And just a disclaimer, viewers, that NDTV Profit is a subsidiary of AMG Media Networks, the channel you're currently watching. Now let's go across to Ravi. He's calling us from Bengaluru. Hi, Ravi. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. What's your question, Ravi?
I am holding 58 shares of Yatharth Hospital.
Okay.
The price of 562.
Okay.
I want to know the long-term view and when my price will come.
Okay, got it. Because it is currently trading way below your buying price. Cool. Vikas, I'd like to take your view on this one as well, especially with regards to when can we see a price a change in the price, because Ravi currently holds 50 shares of Yatharth Hospital at 562 rupees a piece, and the stock is now trading around 435 levels. Plus, it has seen a steep correction since December 2024. What's your view on Yatharth?
From current levels, it looks pretty promising because if you look at the stock has witnessed a good corrective action from these lows, highs of around 700 to 350, almost a 50% correction to its price, and now is witnessing some amount of bounce back. So we believe the stock should do pretty well. For the next 3 to 4 months, the stock first initial base target should be somewhere around 510, 520, which is the 100-day average. So that should be the first base of target. And if that has been surpassed, then we could witness some amount of strong amount of up moves. We can continue to remain invested to the name.
Okay. And Mahesh, what's your view on Yatharth Hospitals? And if you could also elaborate on the entire hospital space as well, because we talk a lot about pharma, but if you could give your specific outlook on hospitals, it would be really helpful.
I think current downside in Yatharth due to some IT reason and IT because of some other reasons. So I think Yatharth is a good pick from current level. We haven't seen any specific reason for downside apart from that usage. I think he can hold further. We are optimistic for 1 year horizon. If we are even holding from a 1 year horizon, we can see 650, 700 level in the Yatharth Hospital as well. If from hospital space, if you're looking on Apollo Hospital, that is looking from a larger cap and safest bet at least, and we can see up to 7,500 level in Apollo Hospital as well. So Apollo could be a preferred pick in a large cap for a hospital space, as well as Fortis Hospital is also a good pick if you're looking for a 1 year horizon. Then both three stocks are technically fundamentally we are seeing much more potential for upside.
Okay, got it. And now let's go across to Anindya. He's calling us from Chennai. Hi, Anindya. Good evening.
Hi, very good evening. My query is about JBM Auto.
Okay.
I'm having 60 quantity of JBM Auto at 1,006 as an average price.
Okay.
Okay. So my query is for almost at least couple of years I would like to hold. Okay, and I'm holding this since last 8-9 months or so.
Okay, okay. Got it. Anindya, did anybody recommend JBM Auto to you, or was it your own reading?
No, that's my own reading. Okay, the space that they are working in, which I feel quite promising. A lot of PLI support is also there as far as schemes are concerned. So I feel probably should be a rising industry going ahead. So that's how I have bought it.
Understood. Got it. An interesting company to delve into. Now, Anindya holds 60 shares of JBM Auto at 1,006 rupees a piece, and he's been investing or per se like holding on to these shares for the last couple of months. And Anindya intends to hold these shares for the next couple of years as well. Mahesh, I'd like to know your view on JBM Auto. Interesting that, you know, the stock surged close to 16% in trade today on the back of high volumes. But talk about the future outlook from a long-term perspective. Do you think it's a good and strong player, and will it be able to give Anindya the kind of profits that he's aiming for?
I will advise him if he can average on these levels also, so he can average further. So his average could be a come down, and we can see up to 850 level at least in this counter. Stock has a much more potential for upside. Current market has a downside in all the mid and small cap sector as well. So we have seen some downside in all the stocks. So that's not a fundamental reason for a downside in the stocks. So if anyone he can average in these level or any dip he can average. If your horizon is more than 1 year or a 1 year, we can see up to 800, 850 level at least. After that, we can review further.
Got it. And let's hop to our next caller. Chetan is calling us from Bengaluru. Hi, Chetan. Good evening.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
What's your question today, Chetan?
Ma'am, Motilal Oswal 800 quantity stock, average price 625. February month buy, ma'am. Seller extra share buy, ma'am. Profit book, ma'am.
Got it. So Chetan holds 800 shares of Motilal Oswal at 625 rupees a piece. He bought these stocks in the month of February. The stock is currently trading around 649 levels. Vikas, he needs a short-term view on Motilal Oswal. Where do you think the stock is headed in the next couple of months?
The next couple of months looks pretty promising because if you look at the whole capital market ecosystem, shares have been doing pretty well. In fact, Motilal Oswal himself has also witnessed good amount of upmove over the past few days, and it witnessed a strong amount of price action and a volume action both simultaneously. So I believe the stock should do well on an immediate basis. If he is looking for an exit, he can exit anywhere near to 695 to 710, which is a shorter term time resistance area. So we can continue to hold for a target of around 695 to 710 on an immediate short term frame.
Okay, understood. And now we have Setu. He's calling us from Bengaluru as well. Hi, Setu. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. My question is on the Bharat Dynamics.
Okay.
I bought it at the rate of 1292. I hold 30 shares. I bought it on last Friday.
Okay.
And I would like to have the short-term as well as long-term view, whether I could buy some more. Yeah.
Understood. And how long do you want to hold these shares for?
3 months to 1 year.
Okay, so that's medium term. Cool. Let's get a view on Bharat Dynamics. Mahesh, what's your view on Bharat Dynamics? So the stock is currently trading around 1,360 rupees a piece. Setu bought 30 shares at 1292. And the stock has been trading in a range-bound or a range-bound route from September of 2024. Do you think the stock will see any kind of dramatic uptick, at least in the next couple of months? And how do you see the health of the stock from a 3 months to a 1 year perspective?
If its horizon is 3 months, we can see up to 1,440 level at least, because currently stock is in upward move, and all the defense sector are moving, and in dynamic also evolution is there, so we can see 1,440, 1,460 level at least. And if your horizon is up to 1 year, then we can see up to 1,600, 1,700 level in dynamic as well. We are pretty bullish on lower level for if any downside coming, then we can, if anyone want to add on the Bharat Dynamics, they can add further. So upside is stock, upside is there, and he can hold further from 3 to 12 month horizon. And if any is the horizon very low term, then he can book profit on 1,450 to 1,460, and more than 12 months we can see up to 1,600 plus levels.
Okay, got it. And Mahesh, very quickly, your view on the defense space as well. Do you think it's a good sector to remain invested in?
Definitely. Currently, we are seeing some changes in defense sector as well. Our relations from US also improving. So I think many things are taking place, and we have seen some government support also. So currently, we are optimistic for much more upside in defense sector as well. From last few days, we have seen some traction in HAL, Mazagon Dockyard, BEL, as well. So I think it's a good time for because time cycle is changing, and we have seen some traction as well as we have seen some action on this sector. So we can see some more upside in the defense sector as well. And from a defense sector, if you see Apollo Micro in small cap stocks, that we can see some more upside on that stock also. So currently we are optimistic for some more upside.
Good, got it. Thank you so much, Mahesh and Vikas, for joining us and answering all the queries of our viewers. And we will see you again. And viewers, you stay tuned to NDTV Profit. Keep writing your queries, especially call us whenever we are live with Ask Profit, and do stay tuned to the channel for more news and updates.